All right, guys, welcome to Movie Minds. What's cracking? Welcome back, episode 4. You know, Kraken's still in, right?
Is it?
We can still do that. I think we still use that, right?
I think
anyway,
I'm old. Yeah, what's popping?
What's popping?
What's popping?
What's popping, Brit? Anyway, welcome back, guys. I'm glad you guys made it back to us. We have a really cool show today. We're going to be talking about some really, really cool films and upcoming films. We have Anthony.
Hey, what's up, guys? Let's talk about some movies.
And then Daniel.
Yes, Daniel.
That is Daniel.
Thank you for the intro.
I should probably know that name by now.
Real
And
sweet.
Ish. What up?
What up?
What up? All right, guys. So, it's been a fun week, right?
Okay.
It's been a fun week.
Yeah, it's been.
I think there's a lot of great films out there, and as you know, we do out of the box office,
Mm-hmm.
and we're just gonna go ahead and run down and what's happening in the weekend on the box office. So, we have Lion King on number 1.
Still,
We have at 93 million.
Oh, they made an extra 93 million?
93 million. Gross 370 million.
Jesus.
Then 2, we have Once Upon a Time in Hollywood. 3, we have Spider-Man Far From Home. 4, Toy Story 4. And 5, Crawl.
Wow.
Somehow it's still there. I have no idea. How is this happening? Anyway, so what do you think? What are your thoughts on this weekend?
Well, how much did Once Upon a Time in Hollywood make?
So
40 million, right?
So it did 39 million.
39 million.
Yeah,
okay.
as of now.
So, obviously, the box office is going to be completely in favor of Lion King. That's no surprise. What we really want to, pay attention to is how the this movie that just came out made $40 million almost. I'm sure it's probably, tomorrow the concrete numbers will come out. But
You said 50 million, right?
I said 50 million.
Yeah, I think
but-
it'll be there.
But who knows? I think that's the one. Lion King is obviously going to always do well. And then you said the third one was Spider-Man, right?
Spider-Man.
Yeah, and how much did that make extra?
12 million?
12 million, wow. That's
12.5.
That's what Stuber made in the first week out.
Yeah.
So,
But it's Spider-Man, come on.
it is. But yeah.
I was having dinner today
Uh-huh.
with some people from my church.
Right.
And they were like asking about the channel and stuff like that. And they were like, I see I watch almost no movies in the theaters except for the big Marvel ones. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
So it's dude, Spider-Man's definitely gonna keep on rolling through, So it's no surprise for me that it's making 12.
And it's such a great movie, too, so.
Yeah.
It really is. Yeah. I mean, I'm surprised.
What do you think, Dan? What's your analysis?
I mean, I'm hoping that, Once Upon a Time in Hollywood, gets a little bit more love. We'll get into that later on in the show.
Yeah.
But when you hear a Quentin Tarantino movie, it didn't say a lot. We didn't know a lot, and you're always intrigued. You're always going to want to go see it because there's very few letdowns and a lot of great movies, actually. I should say great films that have been done by him. So, yeah. Hope people go see it.
One of the things I wanted to point out is that Lion King, I feel like it's losing a little traction. I thought that they would be at 500 million gross right now, but they're at 370.
Well, it made 100 and how much did it make? 160 million, right?
160.
160 million. It still made, you said, an extra 93 million.
Yeah,
the actual percentage of it going down is not that much.
You're
it's actually doing really pretty good.
Second week, right?
Million. Yeah,
This is
second week.
Yeah. Okay, that makes
Its
sense.
total gross is 350, 775 right now.
Yeah. So
the
percentage of
it's a 52% change.
Yeah,
so
that's great.
That's actually pretty
that's
good.
That's really good. Yeah. That's really good. So, but again, it's Lion King,
Yeah.
And how many parents took their kids to watch Lion King a second time so they shut up? That's just the truth. But that's what they did, and that's why the Lion King is going to continue to do really well until maybe Hobbs and Shaw come out, and that's a big maybe.
That's next week, right?
That's next week, next week.
That's probably
I'm really
honestly,
surprised what that's gonna do. I'm like,
I think it's gonna
at
do
this
really
point, I'm
good. All the
burnt out,
Fast and Furious movies, even the last one, I think
They
did
have done
pretty
good.
well.
Yeah,
if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, they all
So
do well.
I kind of want to watch it, to be honest with you. I'm gonna be real honest.
this looks
with you.
like Transformers 3 of the Fast and the Furious.
Super
franchise.
unrealistic.
Yeah, all over the top.
I don't want to watch it, man. I think I'm on it with Tyrese. You
Bro.
guys know Tyrese has all that beef with Rock.
Oh,
I don't want to watch. I don't want to watch Hobbs and Shaw. I'm gonna
Yeah.
because that's just the person I am. But
I mean, just
it's not something I'm looking for.
just listen to this one scenario.
Mhm.
Right, you're an army with super soldier. Don't know if there's multiple, but we know Idris Elba is going to be the super soldier with guns, and you come to fight the Rock and Shaw. Well, Hobbs and Shaw on an island, and they said, what, let's go old school. Put your guns down. We're just gonna use bats in them. Like, okay.
Yeah,
Like,
that
realistically,
trailer-
no, we're shooting you. You're the idiots for not having guns.
Yeah, I think it's probably gonna fall apart in the third act.
Like,
I think
That
like
was a
all
great
Fast and
pitch
Furious
idea.
movies. Yeah, I think it's gonna fall apart towards the end of the
wait.
movie or whatever.
they're gonna fight the Rock. And they're gonna convince them to not use their guns or whatever.
And then we're gonna have a cameo of one of the Fast and the Furious people because I'm sure he's gonna be at the end
Vin Diesel's
just to
gonna-
like pitch the Fast and the Furious.
Vin Diesel's gonna pop out.
No, yeah. I mean, they're already working on. They're already working on the
He's
Fast
gonna
and the
say,
Furious.
I only live a quarter mile at a time.
You guys gotta remember, guys, this Fast and the Furious movies, they do so well here,
Yeah.
but they do even better overseas,
Yeah,
like
they
places like
really do.
Dubai and New
gonna
Zealand
kill it in
and
all
all
those
those
areas.
places.
Yeah.
They love cars, so they're. I think
America
that's
does
why.
not.
I mean, Jason Statham's awesome. So I mean, he really
He is. I
English,
really
right?
like him,
In
too.
real life, is he really from England?
I don't know. He's somewhere from over
I
there.
don't-
He's
I don't know.
foreign, definitely, but I have no idea
I don't
where he's
know.
from.
All right, All right, guys. So we're gonna go ahead and do something a little bit different. We're gonna talk about trailers. This is
Yes.
a brand new segment that we're gonna be talking about. There's a lot of really cool things coming up. Right now, we're pretty much at the end of the summer
Yeah.
as far as the box office is concerned. We don't really we don't have anything really like big coming up except for Shaw, which we
Right.
just talked about. Right?
There's
Yeah. So
There's
we're
a couple movies that
we're
are coming
towards-
out, but they're not big blockbuster summer
Right.
movies like Hobbs and Shaw.
Yeah.
Hobbs and Shaw is what you call the stereotypical blockbuster summer movie.
Yeah.
Is what
So-
playing cleanup.
We're gonna be
Pretty much.
we watched some trailers just now just to refresh our memory, and we're gonna be talking about 3 trailers today.
Yes.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
You want to go ahead and start?
Yeah, go ahead. Well, yeah, for sure. So the first trailer that we want to talk about is Zombieland 2. I know some of you haven't watched it. Go and watch it. My first thoughts on the trailer is like, okay, first thing that I think going into a trailer, do they, especially if it's going to be a sequel, are they going to be able to get everybody back? That's one of the most important things for me, because if you don't get everybody back, then I'm going to be less interested,
Yep.
and the story and the plot better be great. And they did get everyone back, and the story, I tell you, I'm not as excited as the first one. I think it lacked for me a little bit. Obviously, you love watching some of the new characters that came out, and when they did come out, it was obviously, one of them is Owen Wilson, and he comes out with the Bigfoot, and he's just, talking to Woody, and I believe they're brothers. So that's one of the things that I really love.
No, I think it's just weird. I think that they just look like each other. And
Yeah,
then
there's some
comedian
degree-
comes out.
Yeah. It's like their doppelganger.
yeah, doppelganger.
Of
That's
the
probably what I
Hawkeyes.
thought as well, but
Yeah.
pretty much.
And then the other dude that looks like Jesse Eisenberg. Jesse Eisenberg.
Yeah, so it's
I
like
don't know who that is.
another of them, and it's just really good.
that's
But we'll
funny.
get into it. What are your first initial thoughts?
I like it. I think it's because if you think about it, okay, like the movie did part 1 pretty much tells the story. Doesn't look like you need to follow up. I have to refresh myself. Maybe the ending does kind of leave you like there's another adventure.
I
on
vaguely
the
remember
horizon.
the
Me too.
ending.
So you see me laughing as soon as we started talking about Zombieland, because I still think of that Bill Murray spot.
Right. Bill Murray
Just
was
like-
the highlight of
It
Zombieland.
was.
I
If you guys haven't seen Zombieland 1, go watch it.
Oh, dude. Yeah.
You
We're-
think about it. Where can you go from there?
Yeah, we should post that in our suggestions
That is-
on
that's a good
Instagram. Let people know about Zombieland, because
Especially if they
that
never
is
seen
a
part 1.
great movie. I think that the reason why they did the whole Emma Stone and award winner and like Jesse Eisenberg for like
Right.
a nominee, and because they did bring back all the cast, and I think that's what they were trying to highlight. Like, look, we have still all these stars, and we're gonna come back into the same world, and that's pretty cool, man. I mean, they sold me, dude. Like, they got my ticket for
Yeah,
sure.
no, I think it's good. I mean, going into the trailer now, I get what you're saying about the nominees, but see, a lot of these people didn't have those nominations before when the first Zombieland came out.
Yeah.
Emma Stone wasn't a Academy Award winning actress. You could tell that it's passion to come back to a kind of movie like this for her, because I'm sure
it's a cult classic for sure, man.
I like the formula to it though. It's like let's put like comedians in there, not like just stand up comedians, but like let's put actual comedian actors in there. So hopefully, if they keep making a few more, that's like the formula they stick to. I'm hoping Will Ferrell comes out. I don't know why.
I know for that cameo.
I don't think he is. But
so
you see Luke Wilson, right?
I think
Luke Wilson.
Yeah,
it's Owen. I'm sorry, it is Luke Wilson.
Luke
You're
Wilson.
right.
Owen
I'm
Wilson's
sorry.
the other one,
Owen Wilson is the.
Luke Wilson comes out, so they're all homies. It's like a little group of them. So.
Yeah, I would love to see that, man. Will Ferrell will actually be perfect.
He would, man.
If he would come out.
Like, where do you go from Bill Murray? Like, who's next? Like,
I mean,
very few.
But I like it. I like the fact that they could tell another story. Like, it looks like it's more like of a people story. So it looks like it's gonna be fun. It's not just gonna be like zombies, because that's what we dealt with the first episode. So you have people, you have characters, having a story to tell, character growth, and then right here it's like more people introducing other characters.
Right.
So it looks like it's hopefully, just from first glance, it looks like it's still gonna be like really good at telling a story, I guess, and hopefully it keeps us like intrigued into characters, so it doesn't look like just a cliche like zombie movie with comedy. So yeah, so that's it to me.
Pretty much.
What's the other trailer you want to talk about, Ant?
So the next trailer would be my man crush. Okay, this is my man crush right here. Drop a comment with what you think about that. But it's AD Astra and obviously Brad Pitt. Guys, this movie when it drops, I think it's gonna change the way that we see space movies to some degree, because the trailer to some degree it looked like an action movie to me. Space action, and there's probably gonna be maybe in a universe that had been already created from the past too, is what I saw in the trailer. So that's exciting. I love the trailer right now.
I mean, listen, despite whether I'm not talking about good movie or bad movie, well, when it comes to bad movies, but even if Brad Pitt has ever been in a bad movie, his acting is always delivered. His acting has always just been like something you appreciate. So whether it's a good or bad movie, Brad Pitt in space, you gotta give me Brad Pitt in space.
Name one bad Brad Pitt movie.
I can't even do that. But I was like, if there was one, at least his acting still kept you like. I would say probably the only one that's probably been like the slowest.
Once Upon a Time in Hollywood.
Yeah.
Shut up!
How dare you?
You're such a liar. Spoiler. Go.
There's that one movie that recently came out.
War movie with Brad Pitt?
Yeah.
Don't tell Fury. Don't tell me that you hate Fury.
No.
I will kill you right now.
I'm like, not gonna say Fury. That's one of my That's a
no. It's he co-starred with the protagonist girl from Batman Rises, right? Is that her?
Oh yes, Allied.
Allied was great.
Oh no,
that's from slower pace compared to other.
Honestly, guys, I have not seen.
I actually haven't seen that
movie
either because someone didn't want to watch it.
Oh, it's so good.
Is it so good? I'm gonna watch it. I've been wanting to watch it. I just haven't had time, but I'm gonna watch it definitely.
Good storytelling.
Yeah, I'm gonna watch it too. I think it's on Amazon.
What do you think of AD Astra, man?
It has a lot of Interstellar vibes to it.
Ooh, I love that you just said that right now.
Because of the whole family link to what Brad's character to Tommy Lee Jones, which is his dad in the film. And I think they're probably gonna kind of take something from Interstellar. So I'm excited because of Brad Pitt.
It's a vague story.
But yeah, from the trailer, I kind of understand it a little bit more as to what the plot is going to be.
Right.
And so I think they have something special there. I do too. I think they have something.
It looked really good.
I don't know. I mean, we'll see.
But the cast alone, it looks like there's some dedication to like.
There's definitely quality there.
Let me tell you a little bit about those pictures that I was telling you about. Maybe you guys, the Tommy Lee Jones. It looks like he's going to be Brad's dad in the movie.
Yeah.
Tommy Lee Jones, and so a lot of the pictures that get shown, and even Donald Sutherland come out, and it's a space movie, and so Donald Sutherland, Clint Eastwood, Tommy Lee Jones made a movie back in the day called Space Cowboys, and they all came out. And it was one of those movies that it just didn't get met, but it was respected because so many good actors came out in it, and it really kind of like I'm wondering whether they would even like explore that. I don't think they will, but it was just funny to see so many actors from that movie in this one. me, the first thing I say is, wow, when you see this trailer, you see Brad deserving an Oscar right away. To me, I am like, his acting just in that trailer alone was almost like, it was really captivating to me.
Give me Brad Pitt in space, man.
And then you see these trucks, like riding around in space in the moon or something. I don't know.
You see
and they're
holograms
shooting
too.
each
It's like,
other.
it looks futuristic. Definitely looks
Yeah.
futuristic. Yeah.
Yeah, it does.
Yeah, it just looks really great. I mean, honestly, I think, and this is who knows, right? But I really think that Oscar, this might be his first
When is it releasing?
Oscar nomination.
Do you know when it's releasing? Because it might be.
I actually don't.
I would say that it all depends on when.
Well,
they're
that
gonna
foreshadows how
release.
you feel about Once in Time.
What do you mean?
If you said that this might be the movie he gets an Oscar for, I'm like, that foreshadows how he feels about Once Upon a Time.
Oh yeah, September. So I don't think it's gonna be Oscar bait. It's not. I don't think it's an
No.
Oscar movie.
It could still be an Oscar. It's
Allied was
Anything-
out around that time.
anything that you want to stay away, obviously, from anything that comes out in November and December. Those are the
Right.
2 months that whoever's, it has to be like super really good for the Oscars to really want to pay attention to.
Right, like Black Panther. Black Panther won a bunch
Yeah,
of awards, and
but
it was in
look
February.
at the kind of movie it was, and yeah, it was,
Right.
It was
It was
great.
good.
All right, what's the next one?
So the next one is really cool, right? The next one is really cool. Me and Ish are gonna have the opportunity to be actually at the premiere of this movie. It's called Good Boys. It's directed by Seth Rogen. If you guys haven't seen the trailer, go watch it. For those who don't like bad language, it might be a little offensive to you. So hey, asterisk. But it's super funny, and it just reminds me of so many Seth Rogen movies. That super bad feel is just great. What did you think, Dan?
All right, so I think I'll give you the only one at the table that's the odd man out. For me,
For sure.
I don't know. It's terrible, man. Like, I'm a dad now. I'm gonna be a dad.
Oh,
It hurts me to just be able to really just like separate and just
You don't
like,
have to show
look at it
Gabriel
from a
this.
comical look. Like, hey, you know what? Hey, that's why. Like, I don't know. My heart hurts. Like, I'm not gonna definitely
fine,
never
man.
gonna show my
It's cool.
son. It's like super bad
I
for
feel you.
kindergartners. Like, why are you trying
Yeah.
to reach out to kindergartners, bro? Like, why do they gotta be a market? Like, why do they gotta be a demographic?
So Seth Rogen has the Sausage Party movie,
Yeah,
right? That's what
Sausage
it's
Party.
called. That's a horrible movie.
It is.
I don't suggest anyone to see that movie.
Yeah, that's a bad movie.
It's horrible. But that being said, this movie looks awesome. I think it's gonna be super bad with kids, and sign me up because it
I
looks
can't do it.
so freaking funny, man.
Yeah,
Seth Rogen.
so
I don't
funny.
know if there's like another version of the trailer where Seth Rogen is actually interviewing
Yeah.
the kids,
Mhm.
and all that banter, perfection. And so
But it
I'm
does
all
look
about.
funny. Not gonna lie.
Yeah,
I
it
love
looks
it when
hilarious.
they called those 3 kids, "Hey, Stranger Things."
Oh yeah,
And
yeah.
it was one of the funniest things in the trailer.
Yeah, for sure.
But
Yeah.
And that's
I like
probably where Seth Rogen got that idea from.
More likely.
Stranger Things is like, what if I do a comedy with dirty jokes that lean towards the crowd for
everybody
Stranger
likes
Things?
those 3 kids.
I mean, it's for adults because like what are
Of course, it's rated
Yeah,
R.
it's rated R.
Okay, never mind. 'Cause I was like,
Yeah.
what, realistically, what kind of
It's gonna
parent?
be G.
Hey, but you know what? This kind of opens the eyes to a lot of parents and stuff. I look at it that way. I look at it,
How
hey, you
so?
know what? These are kids today. These are the kids
Oh,
that
yeah.
being raised
That's
in
true.
this day and
Yeah, I
of
can
age.
see that.
If I would let I have a daughter as well, and if I know my daughter's not like that, but I could see if I see any kind of like changes in her personality or things, I would wonder maybe if she's one of those.
So parents-
But I remember you guys. I don't know if you guys.
This is a good movie to watch.
I don't know if you guys did this or not, but when I was a kid, I would say bad words. Never in front of my parents or anything like that, but definitely in front of my friends. I was a big cusser when I was a little boy. At that age as well, I think. I don't know if that young.
Yeah.
How old did they look?
They were in 6th grade, so
Yeah, what is that?
11, 12?
12, 13?
Yeah, I think I was cussing.
Yeah, they said
to be honest.
they made mention on purpose. I think that they're tweens, so I think they're 12.
Yeah, so makes
Okay,
sense.
gotcha.
They said that.
It
Like,
looked really good.
All right. Okay, guys. So those are the trailers. We're gonna be doing that here and there. So hopefully you guys enjoy that. Please comment. Let us know. What do you guys think about those trailers too? So the next and final segment of today's episode is Once Upon a Time in Hollywood review. Okay. So we're gonna try to give our overall review first. So for those who haven't seen it yet, and then we'll dive into spoilers. Yeah.
Okay.
Fair enough. Yeah. So let's go ahead and dive into it. I want to ask Daniel first. In this one, I know we usually go to like
Go ahead.
left, right? I want to see what.
Wait,
Mr.
before
Daniel.
you say anything though, let me
Yes.
say this, Daniel. Say the same thing that you told me. Don't take any. I know I told you already how I felt.
Yeah.
Don't take it. Don't you still?
See, this is why I
You're
don't like to
absolutely
talk
right.
to you guys before we actually film,
Ixnay
because then
for, like,
our
the
reviews
next day.
get tainted.
Stay to the next day. You want my first impression or just my overall thoughts on it?
I want
First
whatever you want to do with.
So
Mike.
for me, I immediately texted, I think both of you guys, was like, what did I just watch?
You did.
I was like, what did I just watch, dude? Okay, so I'm gonna say something, and I'm gonna give, I'm gonna say my perspective first, and then I can side or at least sympathize someone else trying to say, like, argue against or rebuttal from the other side of the coin.
Okay.
So for me, I felt like immediately we were thrown into the middle of a story. Now, I'm going to stop and say I can see where someone else can say I disagree with you because they set us up of how Leonardo DiCaprio felt at the beginning of the movie where he's, especially, I think it's definitely gets set up, the story, from the minute, like the first scene with Al Pacino, he's talking to him, and then you see how Leonardo DiCaprio feels at the end of that conversation where he's like, man, if I go do these movies in Italy, he's like, I'm just going to be like a nobody. So now you see someone who's struggling with their identity and their confidence, and someone who's kind of feeling like, where's my next step in Hollywood? Or he feels like there's still another notch to climb on the social ladder, on the fame ladder, you know? So I get it that it feels like, no, we get like the point, but it still just felt like I was still thrown in the middle of it. It didn't feel like the genesis, the beginning of like maybe this battle that he has, internal battle, you know? And I know that it could be contradicting to say because that first scene does kind of feel like it sets it up. It just from the minute everything's taking off, I felt like, whoa, like it just didn't feel like the start of the story. As opposed to a lot of other Tarantino movies that I feel like kind of slowly build you up, you know, Kill Bill. Okay, boom, this is who Uma Thurman is, her character, even though you don't know her name, but small character, but at least it's like, okay, I get it from the beginning. Even in Kill Bill, it was kind of like back and forth, the timeline jumped around, but you still kind of understood. I feel like this was a little bit more like, this is the feeling. I can't explain it besides saying like the feeling of it felt like I was thrown for the, and I was just trying to play catch up the whole time. I don't think it's because I saw it at a late showing. I don't think it was that, but that's how I felt for the majority of the movie. And I'm like, but where are we going? Like, okay, this is his character, but like, where is he going? This is his character, her character. Like, where are we going? It didn't feel like there was even hints of like, this is where he's trying to get to. You get me? Like any character. I know I'm being vague, but that applies to any character. I think multiple characters. Like, okay, where's this character gonna go? Like, where's the light at the end of the tunnel for them? Like, some hint or something. So for me, it kind of felt that way. All in all, man, it's so weird. As much as I had my my disapprovals of the movie, it's still so intriguing. I don't know if you want to call it the Tarantino magic or what do you want to call it, but for
Tarantino
me,
sauce.
the Tarantino sauce. You pour a little bit on it, and it's still such an intriguing movie. The ending alone, you felt like the tone that it was going for at the end. You felt like that was being set up. You know, Brad Pitt, especially when he first dropped off that girl. It's like, ooh, are they gonna incorporate something different? Like, are they really gonna go there with it?
Don't spoil
And then no, I'm not. That's why I'm keeping it kind of vague. So the tone.
We'll get
That's all I'm gonna say
details.
is the tone. So I like the payoff at the end, though. I think the payoff at the end alone makes it rewatchable.
Gotcha. I have to say overall thoughts on the movie is that I think that this is the best combination of Tarantino storytelling.
Yeah.
I have to watch it again, but I love the movie.
Mm-hmm.
Like I think it is really close to one of my favorite movies of Tarantino, and I have like some issues with it. I don't think it's like perfection or like a masterpiece, but I do think that it has so many payoffs towards the end, of course, just like most of the Tarantino films. And even though like Hateful Eight has like a long storytelling like format, kind of like this movie, it wasn't as boring to watch. Hateful Eight was really, really hard for me to like really finish.
Yeah.
This movie, because of the characters and the actors portraying them, kept my attention the whole time. and I watched it at like 11:30 at night, and this movie's like 2 hours and 30 minutes or something like that. So if you go watch it, which I think you should, go to the bathroom before going in. So
I mean, to be fair, real quick though, I think when it comes to Hateful Eight, it was like shot in majorly like in one cabin. So at least we had like maybe it's a visual thing that just took you out.
possibly
That's staring at the same
see, I've
picture
never
for a
even
long
thought
time.
about that. You're right, but again, there's a lot of older films like what is it, the 12 Angry Men.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, have you guys ever seen that old film? So good. It's all in one.
Yeah, it's a mystery kind of thing.
So
That's really good.
That is such a great, and I think that's what he was going for. But I could watch that 12 Angry Men way more times than Hateful Eight for sure. So I don't know. What about you?
Don't touch me. Yeah, the Hateful
That's
Eight.
not what you said.
Look, the Hateful Eight was not a good movie, guys. It was just not a good movie. But there was a lot of great moments in that movie that Quentin Tarantino was able to pull off. Is there kind of a resemblance to this to Once Upon a Time in Hollywood? Yes. Just the way that he prolonged some of the shots that he did. If I have anything bad to say about it, is that my initial movie view would probably be at where the movie took long and it dragged. But when you get another perspective, when you really dive into the movie and really understand what Quentin Tarantino was doing in the movie, then you would understand that, and when you watch it, it might mean something different to you, because it did to me. And so because that happened, I was able to watch this movie in a different kind of light and a different eye view, you know? And so if I would have just left it alone and not thought about it that way, the movie dragged on. Some of the pacing to me was not great, to be honest, because of how long it would take to get to somewhere with that. The climax of it wouldn't pay off, you know? But they made it so where you feel so this anticipation that at the end sometimes let me down, but not in the perspective that I have now about it. And now I actually appreciate how long he took with some of these shots.
Yeah.
And how he made each character. I can go back right now and tell you that I remember each character of the movie. Maybe not completely their names, but they're memorable. Mm-hmm. And the scenes are memorable.
Yeah, that's true.
He made a dog scene, feeding a dog in this movie. This scene was one of my favorite scenes of his whole cinematography catalog of Quentin Tarantino. There's no question that a lot of people are going to walk out of this movie tired and saying that you did not like it. The acting in this was great. I got to be honest, this was not Leonardo DiCaprio's movie. It was completely Brad Pitt's movie to me. And it's not just because I'm a big Brad Pitt fan, but I really felt that it was more of a Brad Pitt movie to me. He was a star to me in this movie more than Leonardo. With that said, though,
you have a man crush on him.
With that said, though, Leonardo was amazing as well.
Yeah.
And the little girl too. I'm sorry, the little girl was.
Yeah.
Really
So do you guys want to give your score right now before we go into like spoiler?
Sure. Go ahead.
What do you
I
think?
think I give it to Anthony. When you were talking about that changing your perspective, how to look at it, you really like.
We'll go from now then. Look at
From
it
now?
Yeah, just what you think now.
You're right. I think I'll give it about 4.5 wool torches.
Yeah.
Flamethrowers.
That's a great one.
I give it 4.5.
That was a good one.
I gotta give it 4.5 too. Yeah, and I walked out and I was like, yep,
I was
this
at a
is
4,
4.5
but you said
for me.
something which I'm sure you're gonna.
4.5
You know.
flamethrowers.
Yeah, well, I mean, he already said it, but I do give it 4.5 for the reasons that it's just a great movie. That guy is a genius, guys. Quentin is a genius.
It's so funny because my thought process and your thought process is different. Everyone's is right, but like we land on the same score. It's pretty interesting.
So one of the things that I want real quick before we finish is the perspective that this movie was shot in was Quentin as he was a little boy, and the camera shots that you can see, and now I can tell by all that because he actually said in an interview that for him old Los Angeles was just just something, and it is kind of an homage to Los Angeles, but also in his own way of storytelling. He's only the only one director that has changed history. Like, he's put in history in his movies, and he changes that history.
Oh, yeah.
At least
Like
the only one that
alternate reality.
Yeah, that's kind of crazy, right?
It's
Don't you
saying
think?
that I was telling Anthony this earlier. I don't think that your theory was too far off. So I think you had the right direction, but the aim was a little off. I think it was to some degree letter to Hollywood almost.
Letter to Hollywood.
Yeah.
And that's what Ish said.
That's what he called it.
He called it, yeah. And at first, after we had said that, I thought that we were going to be wrong because I thought it was going to be a Charles Manson movie.
Started looking like it was going in different directions and stuff.
But at the end of the day, Ish was, he seemed prophetic in that it was a Hollywood. It was basically a Hollywood story, a Hollywood letter.
It was a Hollywood fable or fictional.
But it was asked to Quentin Tarantino, and he was just like, yeah. I mean, if you want to look at it that way, this is the way I look at it. When I was a little boy, and then he comes out and says, I remember RCA colas and all these other things, and these signs out there, and that's why in the movie they really do a great job to really make you feel like you're in Los Angeles back then, and it was just I appreciate all that stuff.
So now that we have all the general stuff, what worked for you a lot? What you disliked the most of the film? Like, why are you guys still not at 5?
What I disliked about it the most.
Yeah.
The reason why it's not at 5 for me is there was a couple of opportunities that I felt that the film had and it didn't go to. And I would say that those 5 points had to do with one of my favorite actresses that are, in the film industry right now. I feel that it was a missed opportunity with Margot Robbie. She didn't do very much, and I knew that it was something that I was going to look at going in because I've saw some interviews about them already getting criticized about Margot. And so, to be honest, I hate saying to be honest, and I'm sorry guys, I say that. I look at that, and I just see a missed opportunity there. And the way that they used her seemed like so. They could have done more. If they were going to alter something, they're already altering some kind of history. I thought I was going to see them a little bit more interactive with each other, and so, yeah.
Yeah, I didn't think about that, and I think I totally agree with that. It felt like a missed opportunity, because if you're just going to have it at such a minuscule role that doesn't do much, that could have been anybody, and if you have someone as, I think of the caliber of Margot Robbie, and don't even do that much with the character. Like, since we're kind of talking spoilers already, like, maybe have her, like, I felt like they were hinting, especially towards the end of the movie, when there was, like, that narration, 12 o'clock a.m., Sharon Tate begins to dance, like, with, that third wheeler. And I thought they were going to go towards the direction a little bit, like, oh, she's going to cheat on her man while he's out in Europe filming, And I was like, there's nobody else there. She's got a couple of friends there. They're getting stoned. Who knows? Well, she's not. Obviously, she's pregnant at that part of the movie. But, I even something like as small like that. Okay, cool. Maybe she did cheat a little bit. She's pregnant. She's going to sleep with, like, she's slide back to her ex. And that would have totally done something else for the movie. Or, I don't know. Definitely felt like a missed opportunity. Still, for me personally, what took me out of the movie, doesn't give me the perfect score, was I always felt like I was trying to catch up to the movie. Like, that's just how I felt. Like, I don't know. Do you guys feel like that at all? Or
no, I don't. I think it was really well structured on all 3 points as far as the main stars. You see each of their motivations to what makes them tick, so that everything could converge in at the very end. That's how I see the film. I do agree with the Margot Robbie character, but I do see how the story wasn't really about her.
It wasn't
really. It was. I think it was Leonardo DiCaprio's film, to be honest with you. But
I think it's bad.
Yeah, I mean, it did make sense to me a lot. So.
Well, that's where I think me and you feel like we agree as far as like who really outshined in the acting. I think it was definitely. Let me look at. How could it not be Leo? The only other example I could think of is if you look at Tropic Thunder, who's your favorite actor and why? it was Robert Downey Jr.
Yeah.
because he played multiple characters within characters. It was like watching good acting, bad acting, and then more bad acting, but then it was really good acting. Like, you know what I'm saying? It was layers. It was like Inception before Inception, you know?
Yeah.
And that's how I felt like
So
watching Leo
you
was.
like-
He was a character within
I
a
don't
character.
think Leo. Look, Leo's a great actor, okay, and he played someone that is trying to act. And there was a funny question that was asked to him: was it hard for you to play that actor? Because obviously he doesn't know how to act, and you're playing an actor that's trying to learn how to act better in Hollywood so that he can get work. Those scenes were great. Don't get me wrong; they're great, but Brad does it with he doesn't even try. This guy can show up. The scene where he fights Bruce Lee.
That was Brad Pitt.
I'm sorry, yeah, that's what I said, Brad Pitt.
Yeah.
Oh, did I not say that? I said Brad Pitt.
I thought you
Brad
But his
Pitt.
character's one dimensional, man. He's
Yeah,
just
he was
he's
super
the stunt double.
Yeah,
but
but-
Leonardo is an actor.
Hey, to be honest,
Playing an actor, playing a bad actor. Come on, dude. Those are good levels, dude.
Yeah,
you're
Come on,
absolutely right,
Come on,
and
dude.
it was great. No, it.
I mean, it's your opinion.
So-
It's not that I don't agree
Right,
with
right,
you
right.
guys about the whole, dude, it's great acting. I wouldn't be surprised if something happens in the Oscar, maybe, I don't know. But me, this is just me.
Mm-hmm.
This movie wouldn't, if Brad Pitt wouldn't have taken this role, this movie wouldn't have worked for me, I don't feel, as much.
Man.
You know that they were looking for, they were going to replace Brad Pitt maybe with Tom Cruise. It was going to be Tom Cruise that,
That would be cool.
That
would be cool too.
that they were going to do that,
Hey, man.
and Quentin Tarantino stayed with Brad Pitt.
So I'm gonna say is that Brad Pitt could have been replaced by anyone on this film. To be honest with you,
I don't think so.
I don't see how the only part that I really enjoyed that I saw like Brad Pitt's charisma was with the scenes with the dog. And to be honest with you, everything else aside from that, I could have seen another character,
You're
another
insane.
actor.
See, this is what happens when people fall, or like, you know what I mean?
Oh.
No, I do agree with you. I feel like there is.
Like fall in their head is what I meant.
There is some kind of, I would say, swagger or just this zen that certain characters can portray. I think without even trying. I mean,
Mhm.
obviously he was acting in a movie.
That's for
but
me.
there was,
Brad
yeah.
Pitt.
I can
Right.
agree with that. I do definitely can agree with
Yeah.
that. Like, Brad, maybe somebody else would have been maybe just a little. Tom Cruise for sure would have been a little bit probably too. His range would have been a little bit too much. Is Brad Pitt was just like whiskey, man. It was just smooth.
He said that.
He
Quentin
was
said
smooth
that,
in his role.
He said that he needed to find someone that they can actually be together and make sense.
Yeah.
And I don't know if Tom Cruise.
Great chemistry.
It's too. I feel like he's a little too like distracting. You know what I mean? Too. I don't
could
know.
be.
I don't think he would have worked. I would have loved it, obviously.
I want to say is that the film didn't work for me on not on the acting level because I think all of them were great,
Yeah, they were
and I think the Margot Robbie thing is just being exploded way out of proportion. But I think the directing on it was what I didn't really why I didn't give it 5-star or 5 flamethrowers is because I think that there was a lot of like B-roll footage in the movie. I like the whole driving part. Like I understand
Loves
that.
that
Hey,
backseat angle.
hey, look at Hollywood, and we got it back to where it was in the 60s, 70s, right?
Yeah, you know who else did
And
that really
so
good?
I was like-
La La Land.
Yeah. So I feel like we could have trimmed down the film another 15, even 20 minutes with that is just different things here and there. So, that's my point of view on that. What I do want to wrap up is what made the film for you? Like, why is it so high in your list? Like, 4.5 is almost a perfect score. What's your thoughts on that? What is it? If we have to put it like in the three, like in 3 top 3 points, what do you think?
Yeah. I think you're asking why I like the film.
Yeah.
The film I liked, what I liked most about the film was the ending. The ending is amazing. I've never seen an ending like that before in my life. I want to say that that's the whole big reason why I gave it a 4.5. If not, I would have probably given it a 4 or a 3.7, something like that I was thinking. But because of that fight that's just legendary. It's just a legendary fight, man. Even the people that they chose that are pretty much nobodies, I've never seen them in movies before except for one of them. And to the point where the girl was like, yeah, they're just making more piggies, and they make the noise, and right away these people get so annoying to you, and then because you know who they work for, and it ticks you off so bad that what happens next, I'm sorry, Lord, but it's so satisfying to a point, and so I love that ending. And what is it? And just the way that Brad Pitt was able to like just be so calm again, just with ease. These people come into the house, they try to kill him, and he ends up killing them. And so it was just great, man.
It works so well because you think about like the Charles Manson and then like, you know, the psycho killers and, you know, the psychedelics. Maybe people were really flipping that easily, like stupid idea.
That's probably what it was.
Let's kill. Yeah, you know what? Let's just kill all the actors. Like it's just something weird. Like yeah, dude.
One other thing before I forget. One of the things that he did, first time in my life I've ever seen that Quentin did, right? Quentin Tarantino. He made old movies. He put pieces of older movies and was able to implement Leonardo DiCaprio inside the movie. Like it was really him, and it was just really, really cool. And a lot of people are not going to know this, and I know some of us probably, but when Margot Robbie goes to the theater and she watches herself on the thing, I know that a lot of people's like, is she what? That's not Margot Robbie.
Watching herself.
But she's watching herself. That's the original Sharon Tate.
Yeah.
So just for those who could probably be a little confused by that, that was her watching. But, you know, Quentin made the decision to keep Sharon.
I had to ask you about that because I'm like, that's clearly not her. But I'm like, oh, she's playing the character. It's the character Sharon Tate.
I didn't want to say that you asked me, but hey.
No, it's okay. I'll be honest. I really like that how the ending works because it didn't feel out of place. It felt like this probably could have really happened in the 70s. Like I could see something like that happening. People just getting flipped out, crazy hippies want to go kill people. It was so great to see like a blend of definitely two tones or genres if you want to say that, but definitely a blend of two different tones. That's what I was saying earlier. Like, you know, it felt like it was kind of setting that up. I was like, ooh, are we gonna get that when he first arrives to what's that ranch called, man? I can't remember the name of the ranch.
Ranch.
It was something ranch, but when he got there to that
was such a weird
Spawn Ranch.
Yeah, that was such a weird scene, dude. Like I was like, it's like a little horror.
Because you feel like the little tone,
It felt like
the pulse coming in,
the hills of the high eyes.
Yeah, it did feel like that.
And then it was definitely it was meant to throw you off. Because even when he wakes up, is it Brian, I think, or something, whatever that old man's name is. He's like, you mind if I just go see him? And then he's like, I'm blind. It was like a little comic relief. So you're like, oh, okay, no, it's cool. I thought they were gonna go there. And then the ending comes like, oh, what's that? And I have a small little woman crush on the girl who played Gogo from Kill Bill. That was her. She was the Asian girl in that film. And then, the girl that ditches them in the car, she was from Stranger Things. She was the lesbian in Stranger Things.
She was, I told it. Remember that?
Yeah. I noticed a few recycled characters that he were actors and actresses that he uses, and I was like, that's Gogo. I don't remember her name.
So the actual stunt double woman that comes out in the movie that tells him Kurt Russell's wife. Yeah. She's actually a real stunt person. She's actually they used her. Did you?
No, I didn't catch that.
It was in that same interview that they were talking about.
I think I saw another one then. Yeah, I don't remember that.
For what makes truly what makes the movie work for me though, because I'm just piggybacking off of what you guys are saying, but it's such an enigma. I don't know. For me, it was such an enigma. I think you have to watch. I think you have to watch it. I think I have to watch it again. Yeah. But you know what? I like it. If I don't watch it again, I like that. I like it because of that reason. To me, it was strange. Watch it again, dude. Maybe it was late. I don't know.
I was watching.
For me, by the mood, to be honest.
Feeling I like it. Something about it works, man. I don't know. I'm sorry, guys. I'm not the most intuitive all the time, or I don't care. I'm not a connoisseur of movie reviewing. I'm not the best at all, and if you just want to know my opinion, you care for it. It works for me because it just works for me. It was a little weird to me, and the ending was great. I know that sounds petty, or that might be the lazy way out. But I mean, we both picked it. You know,
I think Daniel's a little tired right now, guys.
I know. So I just wanna give 2 points as to why the movie worked for me. I kind of said it already. I think it was a mixture of all Tarantino's styles, and I think that on his 9th film, him wrapping up everything,
Swan song.
almost last film. You could feel like Inglourious Bastards. You can feel Kill Bill. You could feel Django. Like when you said you've never seen a scene like that, I was like, Django.
Which one?
Django. Like you said that you've never seen an ending like that. That's literally Django. That was Django.
When everybody got died in the house?
Everyone got
Once Upon a
shot
Time in
up.
Hollywood?
Yes, you
That's
said that.
different. To me, that's different.
I think
but
it's the same thing. But what I think is that all these different like flavors all in one. Oh my gosh, it's just delicious.
You're right. I did feel that. I didn't use that as mine. But
Yeah,
you're right.
and
the
so
part where
that's
we're
one of the things that really worked for me.
The
I
combination.
think Tarantino's taste in directing different characters and all of them coming together at the very end is perfect, and I think that's why we all like the ending. That's why it all stands out.
How great
Because
is
even
that,
the dog has a purpose. Like the people in the farm have a purpose. All of them come together, and it all makes sense. And that's so awesome. And the second part is the acting. I think that Leo is the one that's like really on as the alpha in this movie. And then after that, I think I really, really want to say the dog. No, I'm just joking.
Well, of course,
of course, it's Brad Pitt. But man, it was so good. And then the girl is that's what what's the little girl's name?
Oh,
The actress,
Oh,
little girl actress.
She's really good.
That whole part was like probably one of my favorite parts of the whole movie, man.
It's a great piece.
I love
Great
that.
piece.
So those are the standouts to me. I think that the film is gonna grow to become like a cult classic for everyone. I
think
really
so,
do.
too.
I really do believe that.
I don't know why people
This-
stood for 10 minutes clapping personally, but it was a good movie. It was great.
Oh, man.
Was it 10
I-
minutes?
That's
Yeah, something like that.
6 minutes or
Yeah.
something.
I think 6
So-
minutes.
All right, guys. Any
Oh.
any final thoughts on the film?
Well, first of all, yeah, one last one. Django's ending to this ending to me is completely different, but this is why we're so different, and this is good, right? But in Django, he kills everyone at the end, explosions, and gets the girl. This to me was the way that you kill people with a dog, and then these devil worshippers come in, and it was just the way that it was the way that this scene was to me, it was just it was different. It was to me just different. And then Leonardo DiCaprio comes out like, and that's the Inglourious Basterds part, right? That I remember. That's where he comes out with the blowtorch and burns that girl. It was so fun. Oh my god, I love this ending.
Last final thought from me is rest in peace, Luke Perry. You know,
Oh,
that's
yeah.
another missed opportunity, man. I was like, dude,
He was cool.
the dog
He
had
was
more
cool.
shine than Luke Perry.
It was a great character.
I love
Like,
his character too.
It looked
The very
like
little.
whole. Yeah, I could see why you would want more.
He
Great
seems
cast,
so
dude.
cool.
Yeah.
Great cast.
Great movie.
Um,
Great movie.
Yeah, final thoughts for me. I think that the film has really a great premise as to tell a story in history, right? But like just one thing changed, and that's that the killers came into the wrong house.
Already.
And that's all. That's the premise of the story. And a lot of people like don't understand the story, and it's a what if. That's the premise of Once Upon a Hollywood.
It's intriguing.
What if? And
That's a great
and
way
that's-
to
go
put
see
it.
it.
and it's
yeah.
so cool, man. I love that stuff. So yeah. All right, guys. So this is our episode 4.
Episode Quattro.
All right. I hope you guys liked it. Please remember to follow us on Instagram, on Twitter, Facebook as well, our Facebook page, and like and subscribe the channel.
Tell a friend.
To the channel. Tell a friend. Tell your family members.
Let us know what your guys'
Tell your
think.
dog.
If we said anything wrong, if we did our hair
Yeah.
incorrectly, whatever you guys want, just put
If
it
you
in.
saw the movie, tell us how you felt about it in the comment section.
Yeah,
for
tell us if Daniel feels tired right now. Looks
I
tired.
know. Hey, honestly, I'm tired too.
Sorry,
so
guys.
sorry about that, guys.
It's not
It's
late. It's not. Yeah.
Well, we love you guys so much, and we're doing this film for you, or we're doing this for you guys.
Yeah.
Sure.
Stay movie minded.
Stay movie minded.